Beloveds, I am Akhenaten. As usual, we are glad to be present in this moment with all of you. And of course, beloved Nefertiti is here as well. Back long ago, my mother and father taught me on the side. You know, the moon, the priesthood taught them things, but not everything. But they were able to teach me nonetheless. So I have come tonight to let all of you know that it is imperative that you do as much work as possible on yourself. We, as well as you, and all of the beings in the light from every galaxy, want you to take a moment and be with yourself. Silence is a chamber. Silence is a great virtue. Silence is a great torch of light. And we want you to honor your silence. For in that silence, you will gain much. You will remember much. You will see the world in its truer form. As you see today on your globe, there is much upheaval. And yet, in the midst, those beautiful, beautiful monks walking, peace. Their presence is invoking peace. For those of you who do this thing called channeling, it's going to be highly important for you to continue to do it. Group form, solo method, smaller groups, large groups. But we ask that you now continue. Do what you can to not get caught up in the illusions of so called news. That news that you are seeing is embedded with many other, we will call them, designed to block you from pineal gland and all of your other chakras. In fact, we ask that you unplug it from the wall when you're done using it. That is your box, they call a TV. Unplug it. Only use it, of course, plugged in. But when you are done watching whatever you are watching, unplug it. Cover the screen. I, Akhenaten, sometimes can be so serious, but there's a side of me who's a comedian. And of course, my beloved is looking at me and she said, let it rip, let it rip. Don't be so serious tonight. I will try. But tonight's message is Be your higher self now. It is not meant for you to keep it separated because it needs a place to express itself. It would be simply like having a furry four legged one and you decide to go out and leave it at home. And there it's sitting there all day for you to come back. Do not do that to your higher self. Your higher self wants to be involved. And you will find out more and more and more how much your higher self is going to start to speak through you. You are a gateway for each other. And that time, this year that you find yourself in, your higher self is coming. Your higher self is not like this. Your higher self is not even your size. Your higher self is bigger. So, but it loves to work through the heart. So if you stay open enough in your heart, you will receive messages from your higher self frequently. So much so that you will hear your own name called out in the middle of the night, and it's your higher self talking to you. Your higher self has many remedies, many recipes, and things that it wants you to do so that you become clearer. Do not live in the past. Stay clear of the past, for there is only now. Things that you see happening in the world are trying to keep you involved in the past so that you never unlock the door to now. Nefertiti is whispering, so I'm going to slide away for the moment and let her come. There's someone here that cries a lot, and I have your tears for you. I am like a sponge, I am absorbing your tears. It is all right for you to shed a tear. Crying is a good thing, it's healing. If you could not cry, you would just explode on the inside, and that would be a great mess. So cry. Crying allows you to step into other realms of consciousness and within the galaxy that you walk through. I have come this evening because I want each and every one of you to think about the elementals or the elements around you, the elements of water, of fire, of air, and earth. I want you to study them, listen to them. In fact, listen to them. They're talking to you all the time. You are aware that are mounds and pyramids all over your earth and consecrated inside of the mountains around you. And we also want you to know that as you prepare yourself for the ultimate contact inside the earth, others are going to be contacting you. Many who live in the earth send forth their messengers. Believe it or not, their messengers are ants and bees and worms and little cute squirrely things and animals. Because the animals are so much in touch with nature, they are so much in touch with the earth and what's inside of the earth. And they act as messengers for those beings that dwell deep, deep inside the earth. I'm taking the tears of someone who is full of tears. And if you have those tears, it is okay to give them to me. For I take them and purify them. My beloved Akhenaten and I say to you that we love you all unconditionally. Strengthen your mind and strengthen your body and strengthen your emotions. And really, really get in touch with your chakras and the cellular memory deep inside you. There's so many of us present tonight. And so I will slide and let the next one come. Hello, I'm Mother Grace. I'm so glad to be here. I'm coming through my son tonight, my little son. I don't mean in a biological form. I mean in an actual brilliant light form. And the reason that I have come, because it's important that many of you attend to yourself, be it your health and especially your mental health. It is important that however you choose to meditate, do it continuously and do it every day. Because, as you know, the air is populated with ethereal implants floating around in the air. And sometimes you may ingest by inhaling through. So if you meditate more often, because your ability to extend your auric field can go as far as 60 feet in 120 feet and larger. You will see one day. You will be able to interpret things that other people have not yet seen. You will be able to look up into the heavens over your head and actually begin to communicate with every being. And we applaud you when you do. We applaud you most, though, when you are working on yourself. That is essential. It is very evident now that you're going to hear things in the news. And these things are designed to frighten you away from your true self. Use those things as reminders that you are strong spiritually. Use those things that you hear to remind yourself you're not going anywhere. You are here. You came here to fulfill a mission, and you will fulfill it. And the most ironic thing about it is, even when it's time for you to leave the planet, you're still on the mission. You just have no interruptions. That is the most splendid thing. So when someone says, we see these things on the news, one of the things you should do when you see these people being threatened, to pass the light right to that target, to let them know that and when you do that, they get stronger. The tears that I have now are tears for Joe. Nefertiti has passed me the bag. She does that all the time. But you all to know that do not wait for uh, a party to happen. Create one. It is better that you create a party every day because it's going to keep your energy as high as possible. You've heard those phrases, sing and dance like nobody's watching. We want you to do that. Get up in the morning, do your exercises, do your meditation, do your prayers. Channel when it's time to channel. Laugh a lot and dance a lot. Dance is a prayer all unto itself. So we want you to do that. We want you to laugh at yourself as well. It is good to do. And for those of you who have children around you, engage them in conversation and ask them how they are feeling and how they are doing, because they are the next guiders. When they reach a certain age, they will be guiding, just like when you were a child. And here you are channeling today. Imagine the kind of work that they're going to be doing. My mother, Charlotte, has come. To him, it's his grandma, Charlotte. Charlotte gives a symbol. She says, the spider web. Do not let the world that you see today spin a web that you cannot see through. You spin your own. The more webs of energy you can spin, the more wholesome this planet is going to get. The so-called threats of war are just threats. They're designed to scare you to the coffin. And the reason why so many of you around the world are channeling, not only this group, but other groups, is to break down the negative spells that were laid out before all this stuff started to happen. So your channeling will break those chains, those webs or chains, and will begin to dissolve. We want you to know that those that work with you are in your residence all the time. You go for a drive, a few of them are in the car driving with you. You go for a walk, you go shop, they're with you, you know. And sometimes the hybrid children may tease you and lead you down the dessert aisle. And you wind up getting desserts. I know it happens to my son all the time. He stays away from the candy section, stays away from the cookies, and before he's out the door, right back down the aisle again. He has to get something, but it's all right. We also want you to listen to some certain songs that have messages in them. You will know it's some of the tunes were considered social activist tunes in the 60s and the 70s, there was a big contingent group. A lot of them were folk artists. A lot of that music plays well today. There are even some younger people playing music. When you look at them, you wouldn't think that that's what they play, but yeah, they played it. And it fits now. Listen. And then occasionally listen to other types of music that gets your toes tapping, that makes you want to get up and dance. Because we are holding a lot of energy. We can hold it because we have transformed ourselves here. But where you're at is more difficult because you're being bombarded through lights, and again, TVs and cell phones and your computers, as you call them. So it's important to loosen up your body and keep it as loose as possible so these energies go past you. And if you have to take them in, your body is strong enough to rechannel the energy, actually purify it. You really light forms anyway. Tell you, there's so many here standing online. And I like Grace and Nefertiti and Akhenaten to go, okay, 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 okay. So that is my message, our message. And so we have another. Hi, my name is Zen. I believe I may have been here before. The name is translated into a common name called Master, but I am a master of self, just like all of you are a master of yourself. My thought for you is work with your gemstones and also let the artist inside of you come forward. Some of you may sing, some of you might knit something. It's all creative expressions and it's very wholesome and healing. Sometimes we want you to paint or draw, and all you're really doing is drawing or painting or responding to the energy in your location where you dwell. And the reason for that is those are intelligent forms passing through where you live, and they want you to capture them by painting or drawing. What you learn is though they shift form all the time. But the reason they ask me to tell you to do so, to remind yourself that you are shifting all the time. There's not one time when you are standing still. You are like a cloud in the sky. You know how that goes. You see a beautiful picture in the sky, and you pulled out your little handheld thingy to take a picture. And by the time you get the app going, it's gone or it's changed. You go like, what was the purpose of showing me that? The purpose is you already captured it the minute you saw it, and you will remember what it looked like. We want you to also to not rely on man-made time too much because you come from places where time does not exist. You only have the star patterns above you and around you to determine such things. And maybe you're fortunate enough to pass through areas where pyramids were sitting in the middle of cities or towns. And that's how people told time. So, oh, the sun's over there. I guess it's going to get cold. Oh, I don't see this. I guess it's going to be hot. Oh, I have no shadow. What's going on? Oh, it's directly over my head. That's what's going on. Says yes. Do you know that everything in your house mimics things from various eras of time? If you put pictures in your house denoting various eras of time, they become your gateways to those time frames. You'll just see how much fun you will have. I dare you, put a picture of a pyramid in your house and start staring at it. You go off to sleep or in meditation, you over there walking around. You have these abilities. Do not let them go to waste. You must use them. So if you find yourself having headaches or your body is itching all the time, you got something inside that needs to express itself. And you're going to have to bring it out. And this will be very important. Maybe you go get a massage or go to a chiropractor, as you call it, or you get that thing called Reiki. Better yet, if the sun is out, stand in front of the sun and ask for remembrance. And with that being said, his higher self is speaking from the sun. Beloveds, we see you all here. Sometimes you're down there, sometimes you're over there. But in reality, you're right here. Many of those fraternal orders have so many symbols embedded in them. They're basically very positive groups, and then the bigger ones are more occultish because they go into deeper levels of things. So we want you to remember that you have those stones, you have those rocks, you have those medallions, you have those pyramids, you have all kind of things around you. And you need to heighten your awareness and utilize them more and more and more. Why? Because your true nature is a higher self. Your true nature is a reflection of the divine source itself. Your true nature is what is trying to be prevented from showing up on the earth. Can you imagine if there's two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight of you functioning as your highest self on earth? All that stuff will be gone. They'll be going like trying to light a cigarette. I want to get this negativity out. They won't be able to do it. In fact, won't even find a lighter. Won't find a matchbox, which means they will be stuck at a point until they submit to get better. So when people say it's a fight between evil and the good, maybe it's really a fight between little self and higher self. And higher self is going to win. It wins all the time. It looks like it's losing. Nah, it's just taking a break. Like a boxer in the ring, like that guy Muhammad Ali. He would let Foreman beat on him and beat on him and beat on him, and he peekaboo said, he's getting there. He's gonna be tired soon. Beat on him. He's gonna be tired soon. Oh, he's tired now. Now I can come out. It's just like that. But here's the real deal. Honor yourself as your higher self. Honor yourself. If you have to give affirmation to yourself, if you have to do an affirmative prayer to yourself, if you must decree to yourself, we want you to honor that self. And the more that honor your true self, you watch. Your neighborhood is going to be so sweet. People be out there laughing and playing, all because you are setting a new stage. In this year, 2026, going up to 2056, you're going to see some dramatic changes, and it all involves your higher self. I tell you, you won't even need to get in your car. You don't even need to get on a plane. You'll just go like, bing. Hi, Christina. How you doing? So, where are you from? How'd you get outside my door? I'm not really outside your door. I'm in the ethers. I'm in the lane. If you just squint a little bit, you'll see me passing through. These worlds overlap. They really do. And this is why all of these military operatives and things have been working on these time travel mechanisms as far back as the 1920s and the 30s. They knew these things would come. And what they didn't know was that people will awaken and will continue to remember. And this is why the hybrids have come. They have come to help you awaken to the new you, the real you. See, the real you eventually takes over. And then you just tell yourself, well, what's the presentation I want to be today? Oh, I think I'll be 34. And next thing you know, 34 breaths later, you're 34. But you're not reliving when you were 34. You're just taking the energy of that and applying it now. So you're very magical indeed. Every last one of you. The only reason you have books around you is to remind you of who you are and what you're capable of doing. Do you know right now on the internet, there's some young people who have worked on themselves for the past 5 or 6 years, and they are known as the real life airbenders, waterbenders, and they're putting it out there on this thing called YouTube, where they're actually setting cloths of paper on fire, where they're actually making the trees around them move, where they actually have learned the science of telekinesis and are moving objects with their entire, not with just their mind, their entire body. And they're known as the youth. And they are living right now, exercising and teaching it to other people. This is what we are all capable of. The beauty of all these things that you are capable of doing, no one, man, woman, child, or robot, can take it and turn it around and turn it into something that's negative because it's born of something that's positive. So the real war is your divine self is going to take everything that is not divine and purify it so much until it has to become back on track. And don't worry, you might see thousands of people doing negative things in your so called media. 2% of them are scared and they don't want to be there. Talk to them spiritually. You're not there to take over their mind or body. You're just laying out some positive thoughts in the ethers. So when they become afraid and they switch, they realize they're picking up a positive thought that will help them change and get out of that and get away from that. So I am Zen, and there's a cluster of little ones looking at me. I want to talk. I'm been now. Always honoring the elders and always being around the elders. And I am from Sirius. There's so many of us there, you know. I like being amongst everyone because I can learn more and I could share more. The greatest thing that is about to happen is that all of the children out of all of the galaxies are coming together now. They are remembering and they have much to say. We are overjoyed with this group and others that we have seen or have heard. But this group in particular is magnificent. This group in particular, with all of you as quote unquote members, have mastered the thing called ego. And so you never talk from the ego, you talk from your heart. And that is so important. Because when you talk from your heart, you're so true, so light. And I'm so happy that I could literally jump through him into the screen, into your homes. Because each and every one of you wakes up every day listening to the higher source. And so I ask that you continue to listen to the higher source. And the more you listen to the higher source, the divine source, known as divine providence, the I am, you shall also be the same. That is one of the things that you must know about us as hybrid children. We're already sitting in the university called I am. And sometimes, being like you, we stare out into the ethers and, oh, there they go. Are they about to do that thing called channeling? And we just look and we take out notes and we compare notes and then we go to our abodes and we change things around and we look and it's just so beautiful, so much light. So much light is pouring from each and everyone's hearts. And we love the sound of your voices and the sounds of things that touch your hands. We love those too. Of course we play. We're the creators of playtime. This is what we do. We just play, play, play. And in the playing, questions arise in our mind. And we answer them ourselves, and then we giggle. Let's hear the answer from somebody else because we all learn. We want to tell we want to tell Ray that we're constantly in his house. Even before he gets to the gadget to type, we're all over him. We can't help it. We sit on his lap. He can't get out of bed. He goes take a shot. He comes out. We're right in the hallway, looking at him, following him down the hallway. We just can't help it. It's amazing. We can't wait till all of you write your books. But he will be the first amongst you that will write his book because we know he's the first who's going to write a series of books. And many times when he is writing, he has a pad next to him and he has to write down other notes because that goes into another book. He's so wide open that, these things are coming. The same for all of you. Finally, she has come out of the ground. And so this is Bahalu. She's always attending to the crystals in the earth. And she has come up out of the ground for a moment. Say it's hot down there. And some moments it's cool down there, but most of the time it's hot, especially if you're around selenite. It's burning up down there. But that means more is coming to the earth. You're going to experience new stones, which leads me to add to what everyone has said. These illusions that you're being bombarded with, hear them, but do not take them in because they are embedded with etheric implants. We also ask that you watch as much comedy as possible. That's important. Many actors, of course, get paid to do the horror movies and do the other things and blah 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 blah. This is only one of those things that we really liked was the one called Harry Potter. That had hidden messages all day long in it. And then was another one that was called The Wicked Witch of the West. She was very positive, you know. She was never meant to be negative. But the reason we bring these things up is because get as many children's books as you can in your home, especially ones that are drawn to you, those that have sci fi language, those that have fantasy type imagery in it. Those things are very important. The more the merrier, you know. And there's nothing wrong with a little Dr. Zeus. Get a little Dr. Zeus in your house, and you'll be fine. So I'm going to return this back because they're just watching. They're pushing Mother Grace forward, and she's like, I've said enough. Not enough. So, dear ones, as I am present again, Mother Grace, you are sincerely loved unconditionally, more than you understand. Continue this work called channeling. Again, the more people channel, the greater healing will happen on this planet. I have seen from afar there will be many groups, different groups merging together. It's unbelievable that at this very moment, there are at least 100 other groups worldwide channeling at the same time that you all are. And this is magnificent. This sets a precedent. This makes it possible that everybody can do it. And there will be a day that you can have a conversation with someone and be plugged in to a channel. that's going on and bring that information into your conversation. You basically do it now without realizing. You're thinking you're pulling in information psychically or intuitively. No, you're pulling in channeled information that's going on at the same time that you're having a conversation or you're sitting there at home with loved ones. This is what is actually happening. So, not to take up too much of your time, we just want you to know that we all thank you for allowing us to be present this evening at this time with all of you. I am Mother Grace. Blessings.
Thank you. So we have some questions, and we'll start with Ray.
And thank you very much for that, and for the many references to me and the lovely hybrid children, which are more than welcome to spend as much time with me as they desire. I have a question which is an offshoot of that. In the Hybrid Children book, I wish to bring awareness to the other brothers and sisters of our galactic neighbors, which are going to be the major players involved in open contact. Can you share some information about them, please?
Benel has uh, insight. He says many are coming from Lyra who want to participate. Many others will come from Andromeda who want to participate, and Pleiades who want to participate. And they're with you now. They're with you right now. And all you have to do is, what do you want me to say? If you just focus on Lyra itself, there are many. There are many coming from all these locations. There's a four distinctive ones coming from Lyra. Twice that many from the Pleiades. If I might say, a busload from Andromeda. But they're all different ages and they have wisdoms that they will pass along to you. As usual, as you write, you're just right now, your manuscript level, as you might say, more is going to keep coming. So put those extra notes aside. You will be able to build on those notes and you will know where and when to interject them. But yes, there's a whole host who cannot wait to share in this project with you.
And I know the Sasani and the tall whites and the inner earth beings are also involved.
Yes.
Is there another, perhaps, race that I may have overlooked?
No,
Arcturians?
because many are going to be present regardless, and they will tell you where they're from and everything. When you awaken in the morning and before you go to sleep at night, there's a lot of talking, a lot of gathering. So many will gather in the dream world around you so that you can remember the dream that they came to you. And others, you will literally feel them in your residence.
Thank you. Always appreciated. And thanks for bringing your energy and truth and wisdom into our gathering.
Anita, please.
I wanted to say thank you so much for this interaction. We really appreciate it and to have this opportunity to speak with you. Um, you mentioned something about implants. Um, uh, is there certain practices we could use to get rid of them or to protect ourselves from them?
First of all, you do not have them in your body. And the thought process is that they're going to be sent out. The first batch that was sent out didn't block everybody, but this second batch is heavier. The second batch will be like rain pellets. So, shield, shield, shield. There's no
Eh,
specific way to which to shield. Everybody will have their own, but you should practice the white light techniques on yourself. And what will also help you very, very much is the violet flame. The violet flame will erase a lot of that coming into your auric field, and we want you to see it in your house, outside your house, especially through corners where walls meet. Those form vortexes. Also, mirrors do the same. Put that light there. And keep in mind, you are capable of speaking to the ethers yourself. Ethers can't
Okay,
wait. The elements can't wait. That's what they're listening. They can't go anywhere until you tell them.
okay.
Then they go.
So just set the intention and ask for help
Yes,
in this protection.
yes. In fact, one of the ways, if you're feeling, sometimes many of you who feel like you're awake all the time, some of that has to do with the dimensional shifts that are going on, but also these other individuals are aware of those dimensional shifts and they're trying to employ people to manipulate those dimensional shifts so that you don't see the gap. The gap is what you need to see. The gap is between the inhalation and the exhalation throughout the universe. We mimic them at the same time.
Mm,
That's where you put the protections at. And if
thank you.
necessary, you can invoke a dragon to sit at the end of your block, and that dragon will sit there and consume everything that doesn't belong on that street.
That sounds good. That sounds very good. Thank you. This has been most helpful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
There was a few things that were mentioned. One of them, of course, had to do with don't pay attention to the news and what seems to be happening externally.
Hmm.
But there's a very serious psychological warfare that's going on, which is trying to draw us into great levels of emotionality, which essentially disturb our nervous system
Hmm.
quite a bit. Uh, Even if you're not paying a great deal of attention to news, people will break it to you. Uh, the only thing I can think of course, is for me that my traditional things, which is nature, and you need to stand by the sun, you need to communicate, you need to do some communicate with nature, you need to communicate with your higher self, and so forth. But I notice that it still is energy intense at times, and it does require at times more dream time. You guys call it naps or whatever. So, is there something else that you would recommend? And I definitely get that using violet flame at large, it would be a helpful thing. Uh, but the main thing with the psychological warfare is not to allow us to be separated, to continue to relate heart to heart to people that have different opinions and look different than us. Because the whole purpose of the psychological warfare is to separate us. It's them over there. That's what's wrong. It's them over there. Is there anything you can bring for us?
The only thing is unconditional love. You have to be able to maintain it, though.
Yeah.
So your cells hear you. You might say when you awaken in the morning, I am divine love. I am unconditional love. I am divine grace. And that which surrounds me also surrounds them and keeps them clear and keeps them in a frame of mind where they live without fear, where they live where we help one another. You can say those things throughout the day because the ethers, the cells in the atmosphere can hear you, and it gets carried out in the currents of the wind. But
Okay.
since the us and them is the duality paradigm, and that's a part of the third dimensional realm. But we are leaving that behind shortly. Not everybody, as Mother Grace would say, not everybody gets on the boat at the same time, but you're getting on the boat. You have your boat, you have your ship, you have your thing, but you're not running away. You're opening up the doors through the heart chakra to bring it in. That's what's going to happen. So the us versus them won't be in existence because we realize they are us and we are them. And we are the ones that we are waiting for. We're all going to do this dance together. Just shower the planet with love to everything, even those things that are inanimate. Send your love into it because everything is speaking. Everything is reaching out to us. That's why we're seeing it. Everything is seeking love, seeking attention, seeking to be loved, seeking to be heard. So you must send it, or becoming is better. Just be love. Have no doubt that you can express love. Have no doubt that you are love divine in action right now. DNA, divine nature in action now. Staying in the present moment now.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to pass it on first to Anita and then to Ray. Anita.
Yes. So you had given us many different suggestions and practices, and I've been writing everything down. But so you said to unplug the TV when not in use and cover the screen. Could you tell us, does that apply to our cell phones, our computers, our iPads, and things of that sort? And maybe the reason why we should be doing that.
Okay, well, these things are constantly, when they were made better, they were made to be communication holders and communication doers. And so, you know, even on your computer screen, you can feel static energy. It's on your TV set too, especially the digital ones. Now, there's a lot of static on them. The static is the residue of things coming through it all the time. Your cell phone, even when you shut it off, is still receiving information. And that's why some people may suggest you keep it in another part of the room and have it nowhere near you when you go to sleep. It is the same that you should not have a TV set in your bedroom because it's lightening up with energy coming through there all the time, you know. In my case, well, my TV died. So that was a good thing. And because it died last week, it's so light in here energetically now. And that's when I realized, TV in a living room it's having a lot of data flowing back and forth, even when it's off. So unplug it.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for all your practices. Thank you.
And of course your cell phones, you know, you're gonna have family members that want to be in touch, but this is why you are the living computer, you are the living cell phone. And the more you work on yourself and heighten your own awareness, you'll know when your granddaughter's trying to reach you, you turn the phone back on and give them a call or text them.
Right.
But after a while you won't have to do it. It's all telepathic in
Mhm.
the way that it's supposed to be done.
I'm looking forward to it.
Ray?
Yes, and thank you once again. My question is, you're the perfect set of entities for this. Around my house, there is a U-shaped coordination of gemstones, and some of them, at least one of them, have been placed there by an extraterrestrial counterpart of mine, and that gemstone has not originated from Earth, or as far as I know, from our solar system. Can you tell me more about that particular energy or entity and the gemstone itself, please?
Well, the first thought that comes to mind is the Pleiades, the Palladian system that you are connected to. And so it is now on your property, which helps you channel their energy better. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm hearing that they will have you go to a shop, gem shop, and you will find uh, not exactly its twin, but a particular gem. Uh, I'm seeing it. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Celestial. Celestial gem is in your house. It will connect with it, and it will allow you to have a greater solid communication. And also I believe it is called a white quartz or a white tourmaline, something tourmaline family that will work with that. That's in your uh, yard.
That's fabulous because celestial is one of the gems which I have been loosely looking for. And it was about the only one on my list, other than amethyst, that I have not procured yet. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I was going to make a comment when you spoke to Ray about writing the book, and many streams of thoughts coming to him, and he taking notes on the side saying, well, that's for the other book that I'm going to write, and more of those things taking place. I thought, oh my God, that's exactly what happens to me every morning when I start writing about something. And the next thing that I know, I got 4 or 5 different windows open with different things that I'm building up. It's just, that's norm. That's just a comment. That's all. Thank you. It was a marvelous set of messages that you brought here today. What can I say about the all the levels that you were able to touch? Just marvelous, marvelous. And we here in this group really appreciate you and all the energies that you always bring forth. It's beautiful, beautiful thing. Thank you, Brother Francis.
You're welcome. There's something else that's coming.
Okay. We're here.
Yes. There are vortexes all over. Some of us live right next door to them. Some of us almost live on top of them. Now, you'll know if you're living almost on top of one because you're going to see the energy spiraling in your house. Is it harmful? No. Especially if you've been there a long time. Vortexes of energies are intelligent forces as well. So it's sort of like you wake up and you're walking down the hallway and, oh, look at it, there's a vortex in my house. The vortex is like, yeah, I'm just coming to bring you some information that you've been looking for. And I have it. You don't even have to walk into me. Just sit in the vicinity where I am and I release it to you. The message in that message is we are gradually, the trillions of beings on this planet are gradually returning back to being a living light form. We've been using the term crystalline for a long time. And you're becoming more like that, even in your thought processes. That's why sometimes you feel like, I don't feel like having anything to eat today. I'm just going to lay down. I'm just going to read a book I haven't read before that's on my shelf. I'm going to write. I'm going to sing. I'm going to compose some music. Or I'm just going to go outside and sit on my front step or on my porch. Or like, oh, my cat who normally hangs out and hides is not hiding. They're in the element. These are all signs that you are gradually graduating. So part of the 5D world is the ability to speak the truth back into your own life and stir the pot and make things happen. You can do that. And you will do that. And you'll be able to remember everything that's going on that you're supposed to. So, yes, you don't let the media control you. You don't worry about these etheric implants happening. They're really designed to tell you, tag, it's time to wake up and do your thing. And the more you do what you're going to do, you're going to remember why you came here. You came here to bring peace, love, and happiness. You came here to make things work. You came here to help people heal themselves. Sometimes hospitals are good, but they're not going to be able to help. Have to heal yourself energetically. And that's why you're here as well. Any other questions?
I think we have them all for tonight, brother. Thank you so much.
Okay.
How are you
Always
feeling?
an honor.
I feel like a true space cadet.
I'm with you.
For a split second, at the very end, I was taken to a time when I was a child in ancient Egypt, walking around the solar temple with Akhenaten and Nefertiti because they were teenagers. They weren't adults, they were teenagers. And here I was like a little baby trying to get into everything. They go, like, don't let him touch the ark, not now. Don't let him touch the elixir, which is beard, but don't let him touch that. Oh, he's playing with the honey. Don't let him touch that. Very inquisitive soul. So I'm going back into childhood and remembering a lot of things. Remembering why I'm here in this state in this city, and a lot of work to be done. So,
Important thing is that it is in progress and more
yeah.
help is arriving.
Mm-hmm.
We are awakening. That's also big.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, as always, these things have what I call an energy that's always unique. It seems like it's the same beings that come through more or less, but there's always not just the information, it's also the energy. I feel a certain coherence right now. And it's really the energy that ties it all.